balance, the energy, and the connection. So if you half halt and they do this with their hind end, don't go forward yet. Don't increase the pressure and shut all the doors. But it's all about putting a leg on either side and shutting the doors for lateral evasion. Putting a rein on either side, but not pulling on the inside rein because that stops the inside hind. Closing the outside rein without changing the flexion. With him, you open the inside rein to show him where he's going, right? Close your thigh. I try and think if I could put these 2 points in my hips towards each other, right, without stopping my back, I then am lifting the saddle higher. I'm sucking the saddle up. And what I'm doing is I'm making the horse's back take more, do this. The back to come up to my seat and take more steps like this. Then to go forward, I open up my thigh, relax my leg, but don't let the neck out. And I let the horse take bigger, longer steps under me, and it's moving until it goes down onto its forehand, or in his case, kind of sets on his bottom of his neck, and then I close my thigh and do that. It's no different. If I were to come to do this exercise through the water, I would come across here. On a young horse, I would sit about there, but keep coming and package it. As I got closer, I would squeeze my thigh, my calf, my spur, and get the back to keep coming like this. And that's what you've got to do. You come around, sit, take your leg off and settle, bring your hand back, and then go, there it is. And then that's why he's not ready for this. Does that make sense? He's just not ready for that. And then when a horse progresses through the levels, a horse that has a lot of experience, I gallop, I come around the corner, and you see where the ground rises right there? I would just stretch up, settle into the tack, and jump the jump, because the horse is so ingrained in them. It's like that conversation about holding hands. The horses have gone for so long, all I need to do is look over at the store window and the horse comes with, and the person comes with me. All I've got to do is bring my hip back. A steeplechase fence, I gallop, all I do is go like this, and I close my thigh, I don't even sit, I close my thigh, and the horse's back comes up, and they come like that, and they jump the jump. A coffin, I may settle a little deeper, but it's the same thing I'm doing. I'm just sucking that back up to bring the hind end underneath. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm improving, I'm half halting. I'm improving the balance, the energy, right? I really want you guys to understand, I used to tell people, I don't like to talk about half halts because it's an overused word. It's an overused word and nobody knows what it means. I remember I've had dressage lessons with Jane Savoy. Don't put this on the internet. With Jane Savoy, right? Who's like, demystify the half halt, blah, 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 blah. And she's still telling me, now tighten your stomach. And I'm like, unless somebody can make you, like we were doing on the flat, feel what you're supposed to be feeling so you can replicate it. I was doing 4 stars and I'm like, okay. She's like, there, you did it. I'm like, good. You know, maybe to her trained eye, she saw the hawk go like that. But I want to feel the extreme. And the one who taught it to me properly was David. David taught me how to feel what a horse is doing. I owe him so big time because he taught me the fundamentals that nobody else taught me.
He connected the dots.
Yeah, it really, I had been riding at a level for so long and not understanding that you ride a horse from here to here. When you break a baby, 80% of the aids are in your hand and your leg. When you ride an upper level horse, 80% of the aids are here, right? Not here and here. This is just to keep the connection, the line of communication to the back legs, to the shoulder, everywhere. Does that all make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Just like a baby, leg yield for a baby is, this is the leg that's on, fall this way, right?
Yeah.
But then later it is, I'm stepping into this iron and I'm moving this hip and I'm connecting you through this rein. Does that make sense? It's the difference. It's like
I'm bringing them over.
I'm bringing them over. I'm moving them over as I'm improving the balance, where before I'm sending them over to an open door.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's the same thing when you teach a horse on the flat. At first, when they're babies, I kick them forward to go anywhere. Then I bring the horse's entire body forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I take the whole horse with me as I go, not just its legs.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's really important, I think, to progress. Anybody who's interested in getting better, which you all seem to be, to write these things down, because it's very easy to stick with it for a week and then just do whatever you've been doing. That's what most people do. They stick with it for a week because they're excited because they learned something new, and then they just do what they normally do, and because it worked last season and I won some ribbons, so right? And it's not even that conscious. It's just
It's human nature.
It's human nature, yeah.
I mean, it's not.
I think to write it down as a goal and write down time frames. I need to do this, this, and this for 30 days, right? This is the plan. I'm going to execute a plan, right?
Yeah.
It's a project.
I like it.
Good. All right.
Carrie likes planning and timeline.
Yeah, she does like plan. Your next group is in the